Drinking water. We all need it, but what was our clean water before it was treated? Melbourne's water is supplied via large water catchments, which contain a vast amount of microbes and minerals, including aluminium sulfates, chloride and organic carbon. So how does our water get so clean? Firstly, chemicals or fine bubbles are added. This makes the small particles and bacteria stick together to form larger clumps. Gravity then takes over and these clumps are removed. To make sure virtually no small particles and bacteria remain, the water passes through filters which have microscopic pores, as well as being disinfected with small amounts of chemicals or UV light. For extra measure, fluoride is added to help prevent tooth decay, and the acidity of the water is fixed so it doesn't erode the pipes. So once you've got a cool glass of clean water, what happens next? Well, I'm sure you know where it ends up, the toilet and then the sewage system, along with the water from your shower, your washing machine and the kitchen sink leftovers. This wastewater is recycled and treated to Class A standards, which remove harmful microbes, and is already being used for agricultural food crops, which supply the raw veggies from your local supermarket. What's the big problem then? Recently, Melbourne's water storage during the drought in July 2009 dropped to its lowest point, with a capacity of just 27%, prompting urgent Stage 4 water restrictions. Do you enjoy water restrictions? Nobody does, but it will become increasingly necessary when the next drought cycle comes back. Australia needs to address this unsustainability promptly. An ecological footprint is an estimate of land required to support our activities and consumption. Australia's footprint is equal to 341,000 litres per person per year, which is the third largest in the world. It is clear that population growth, climate change and the amount of rainfall play a huge role in the ecosystem, and through using recycled water we can effectively conserve rainwater supplies. Melbourne's current solution to our water needs is the desalination plant in Wonthaggi, which uses fossil fuels that increase the greenhouse effect. Imagine being able to pump water back into our catchments from treated wastewater, instead of it being disposed into the ocean to begin the slow integration into cloud formation, if those clouds form at all. The common response will be discussed, but let's look at what exactly happens to our used water. First of all, wastewater is usually associated with a thick brown sludge, but in reality it's approximately 99.97% water, with only a few chunky bits. The primary treatment includes filters which remove the large objects like that goldfish you forgot to feed or the iPhone you accidentally dropped into the toilet. The oils and sludge are allowed to settle by gravity and are removed from the top and bottom. The secondary treatment involves breakdown of organic material by useful microbes in the presence of lots of oxygen. The water is allowed to settle so that the microbes and sludge sink to the bottom and are again removed. Nutrients that feed the bacteria and algae are also taken out to inhibit their growth. This secondary water can go into tertiary treatment, which is a refined process similar to the treatment that our water from catchments goes through. This final stage produces billions of litres of clean water that is dumped into the ocean. Alternatively, it can be used to fill up our catchments, just like Western Australia is currently doing with their aquifers. Now we've seen that wastewater and water from catchments can provide Melbourne with safe drinking water, with wastewater giving incredible sustainable benefits. The change to using recycled water would be similar to the implementational costs associated with using plastic bags for grocery shopping. Making a small difference while paying a little extra can really help the environment and save precious water. So why isn't it being used now? Even though water from catchments and treated wastewater is chemically identical after proper treatment, it comes down to the perception that drinking recycled water feels as though you're drinking straight from the toilet. We should all do our bit as caretakers of this world to give back once in a while, for our benefit and the generations to come.